Let me ask you something honest. Have you ever gotten a raise and somehow ended up more broke than before? Or maybe you've had months where you earned more than ever and still couldn't figure out where it all went. If that sounds familiar, you are not alone. And more importantly, it is not your fault, not entirely. Because nobody ever sat you down and showed you the invisible habits that silently drain your money month after month, no matter how much you bring in. That's exactly what we're doing today. These are the 5 money habits that keep people broke. Not people who earn nothing, regular people. People with jobs, with income, with bills paid. People who look fine on the outside but feel completely stuck on the inside. Let's talk about it. Habit number 1 is called lifestyle inflation. And it is one of the most dangerous financial traps that exists. Here's how it works. You get a raise. Amazing, you worked hard for it, you deserve it. And suddenly, almost automatically, your expenses go up to match your new income. You upgrade your apartment, you get a nicer car. You start eating at better restaurants. You treat yourself more often because you earned it, right? And before you know it, you're earning significantly more than you were 2 years ago and saving exactly the same amount, which is basically nothing. This is lifestyle inflation, and it is completely normal, which is exactly why it is so dangerous. The trick that wealthy people use is simple but powerful. Every time their income goes up, they increase their savings rate first before they upgrade anything. They let their lifestyle grow slowly and intentionally while their assets grow fast. Most people do the opposite, and they wonder why they never get ahead. Habit number 2 is spending to impress people you don't even like. This one might sting a little, but stay with me. We live in a world built around appearances, social media, status symbols, the right clothes, the right car, the right vacation posted in the right way. And there is enormous social pressure to keep up, to look successful, to project an image of having it together. So people buy things they cannot afford to impress people who are not paying attention using money they haven't saved yet. The expensive sneakers, the luxury bag, the bottle at the club, the car that costs 3 times what you should be spending, these are not purchases. They are performances, and they are costing you your future. The wealthiest people in the world are often surprisingly low-key. Warren Buffett still lives in the house he bought in 1958. He drives a modest car. He eats at McDonald's not because he can't afford better, but because he never confused spending with success. Real wealth is invisible. Broke is loud. Habit number 3 is having zero emergency fund. None, not a single safety net. Most people live on the very edge of their finances. Every month is a balancing act, and when something unexpected hits, a car repair, a medical bill, a broken appliance, they have no choice but to reach for the credit card, or borrow from someone, or skip something important. And that one unexpected event sets them back months, sometimes years. Here's the brutal math. If you have no emergency fund, you are not building wealth. You are just one bad week away from going backward every single time. Financial advisors typically recommend 3 to 6 months of living expenses saved and untouched. That number sounds impossible to a lot of people. And that's fine. Start smaller. Start with $1,000. Then 2. Then 1 month of expenses. The goal is to create a buffer between you and life's inevitable surprises. Because life will surprise you. The only question is whether you're ready when it does. Habit number 4 is paying minimum payments on debt and calling it a plan. If you've ever looked at your credit card statement and thought, okay, I pay the minimum, I'm good, this one is for you. Minimum payments are designed to keep you in debt as long as possible. That is not a conspiracy theory. That is literally the business model. When you only pay the minimum on a high-interest credit card, you can end up paying 2, 3, sometimes 4 times the original amount over the full repayment period. A $1,000 purchase can end up costing you $3,000 before it's done. And while that debt is sitting there, charging you interest every single month, you have less money to invest, less money to save, less money to build anything real. The habit of making only minimum payments feels manageable. It feels like you're handling it. But it is quietly destroying your financial future in the background. Attack your high-interest debt aggressively. Pay more than the minimum every chance you get. Cut something else if you have to. Because every dollar of interest you pay is a dollar stolen directly from your future self. Habit number 5 is the one that ties everything else together. And honestly, it might be the most important one on this entire list. The 5th habit is not having a plan. At all, most people do not have a budget, they do not track their spending. They have no financial goals written down anywhere. They just earn money, spend money, feel vaguely stressed about money, and hope that somehow things will work out. Hope is not a financial strategy. Here is what happens when you don't have a plan: you spend reactively. Every shiny thing that shows up in your life, a sale, a night out, a spontaneous purchase, an impulse buy, gets a piece of your money because there's no plan defending it. But when you know exactly how much is coming in, exactly where it's going, and exactly what you're building toward, everything changes. You make intentional decisions. You say no to things that don't serve your goals. You say yes to things that do. A budget is not a restriction. A budget is a permission slip. It tells your money where to go instead of wondering where it went. You don't need a complicated spreadsheet. You don't need special software. You just need an honest look at what you earn, what you spend, and a clear decision about what you want your financial future to look like. And then you protect that plan like it matters. Because it does, so let's pull this all together. The 5 habits that keep you broke no matter how much you earn are: lifestyle inflation, spending to impress others, having no emergency fund, making only minimum payments on debt, and not having a financial plan. None of these are about how much you make. They are about what you do with what you have, and that is actually great news. Because it means the solution is completely in your hands. You don't need a higher salary to start fixing these habits. You don't need to wait for the perfect moment. You don't need a financial background or a business degree. You just need to decide that your future is worth more than your habits right now. Start with 1. Pick the habit on this list that hits closest to home and work on that one first, just one. Make one different decision this week, then another one next week. Because wealth is not built in a single dramatic moment. It is built in thousands of small, quiet, intentional decisions that most people never see. You just saw 5 of the ones that matter most. Now go make different ones.